Hello all. Well, this is a very late night video. I actually tried to start this video on my way home. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. First time, my fault. I didn't hit pause. I wanted to hit pause and I hit stop. So then I started again. And then my boss called. So there was no way, the video stopped. And then the third time, I got to my daughter's parents' boyfriends because I was going there for dinner. And, my daughter's fiance's parents. And, his stepfather, hey, he's yelling at, I'm like, because I was trying to finish it. And I figured I'll sit there for a few minutes in the driveway. They have a very big driveway. And that just didn't work out. And then on the way home, it was too dark. But my rant was about people that's my dream catcher, which needs to be cleaned. I have to take it down. My grandmother, who's since passed away, gave me that. But it's the feathers. I don't know if they're supposed to be white or they were gray. I don't know. I'm looking at it. Does it need to be cleaned or are they supposed to be gray? I don't know. I put it up almost 3 years ago. I couldn't tell you. So my rant was about people that do not stop at stop signs. They don't even yield. They just go right through it. And people that don't use blinkers. They don't use blinkers. This guy just cut in front of me. Almost hit me. No blinker. I was just oh my God. And then a 4-way stops. I stop and the car behind me stops because he has no choice because I'm stopped. And then I look both ways and no car. So I go. Well, the car behind me goes too. Or there's a car across the way and, so I go south, he goes north. The car behind me no, you did not stop at the stop sign. You stopped behind me. Am I wrong? And just people in general, the way they drive. I mean, I know I made a video about this last week. They people driving like idiots, but I just can't. Stop signs. And when the light is yellow, if I'm a car and a half length from the light, of course, I'm putting on the brakes, I'm stopping. No. There's cars. I'm sorry, I put on lips stuff for my lips because they're dry and it looks really weird. It looks like there's wet or I went all around. But sorry. So they gun it. They could be 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths back. And they just, and by the time they're up there, they're well through a red light. I don't know. But, so, we had my daughter and future son-in-law's engagement party Saturday. Big hit. So my daughter planned a going away party. Then she got engaged. And so turned it into a surprise engagement party. It was a surprise. She was very surprised. They were surprised. Oh, excuse me. I bought my daughter 2 dresses. This sage green kind of dress with these white little flowers. And it came with, because it was it kind of, not like this, but it kind of goes in the other. And it could open up. And it came with these 2 little pins that match the flowers perfectly. And you can pin them and where the flowers are. So it kind of looks like the flowers and keep it closed. So I thought that was adorable. I've never seen a dress like that. Then the other one was kind of a, figure thing. It was a light pink, almost like a darker dusty rose. And I had ordered 2 dresses. This like bright pink and this dusty rose one. And it's kind of a layered one. Not a layered one. I don't know what it's called. I forget the name. But whatever. My daughter shows me on Thursday, oh, I ordered this white dress so we can go we're going to look at venues on Friday. So I wore this white dress and it was very similar to my dress. And her fiance tells me she's all into white now. She ordered a shirt that says bride. Well, she's not a bride yet. It should say bride to be, but we're not going to go there. And so I said, you know what? When you guys leave, tell your mother to grab the dress, wash it, throw it in the dryer if she could, because she might want to wear that white dress then on Saturday. Sure enough, she did. So, returning the 2 dresses that I got her. So, beautiful time. We got, his mom got this beautiful balloon arch thing, and the place it's like this shape, and it says engaged in their names. And on the other side, there's like a rounded pedestal here, and then there's one down here, so a little lower. Champagne bottles, champagne glasses. Thought it was adorable. Great for pictures. The only thing is, everybody seemed to take the pictures in front of the balloons, like where the balloon arch was, in front of the balloons. And I was just saying tonight, I was like, oh crap, we should have went on the other side. So then it was like kind of like this. That's where they should be. I know it would block the 2 pedestals, but we didn't think to take any pictures there. So took them, like with me, his parents, and them in front of, so you can't see, engaged in their name, but so you could see the balloons and you could see the pedestal. So that was nice. But we should have put them on the other side, but we didn't. So I keep having to pause because I'm yawning because it's late. It's like midnight. It's actually 12:08. But like I said, I kept trying to make this video. So we did that. Then everybody did pictures. We had food. That was fabulous. His mother ordered a tray of sausage and peppers, penne alla vodka, which was gone, chicken piccata, which was just about gone. The sausage and peppers didn't go over. Like, people weren't eating it. I don't know. I haven't tried it because heartburn city. I don't want to try it. So, I made my mac and cheese. Let me tell you. I used Land O'Lakes cheese. Like, they had this Land O'Lakes cheese maker mix. And I just do milk and cheese. Not a fan. Not a fan of it for mac and cheese. Really didn't melt very well. I mean, reheating it, it's not bad, but it's not cheesy like it normally is. So a little disappointed in that. Meatballs, I made homemade sauce. This was very last minute. I was just making a pasta salad, mac and cheese. I got all the paper products, some decorations. I bought these little boxes that were like little suitcases because they are going away too. I was going to get Hershey Kisses. So hard to get Hershey Kisses. Costco usually has them. They didn't have them in bulk. Ordering them off of Amazon. Like a month, 6 weeks to get them. I don't know if it's my area or what it is. because I ordered the stickers to go on the bottom of the Hershey Kisses. Sorry, I'm yawning, so I keep pausing, but my eyes are tearing. So she loves Reese's peanut butter cups. So I was like, oh, so, the stickers went right on top of the mini Reese's peanut butter cups. So that was wonderful. And I ordered way too many. But it is what it is. So I'm at the store and I was like, oh, you know what? His mother said she ordered penne alla vodka, which my daughter loves. I said, but she also loves my meatballs. So why don't I just make meatballs? And thinking back how the mac and cheese, like a whole tray of mac and cheese went. So I'm not upset about that. I don't know. But I should have made one tray. I made two. Silly me. But the meatballs, a whole tray of meatballs went. I made 100, probably a little over 100 meatballs, split them each in a pan, and couple out of the second pan, but the whole other pan gone. So thrilled about that. So, but his mother also had sandwiches. A lot of the sandwiches went. So way too much food. And then desserts. Oh my gosh, way too many desserts because she had the cake. My sister made brownies. His sister bought a cannoli cake, carrot cake, cheesecake, and like gourmet, like the carrot cake was cut into pieces. The cannoli cake, it had like the paper in between already cut, delicious carrot cake, I have to say. And I did come home with a piece of cheesecake. Delicious, very delicious. So I did come home with two containers, I think, of my meatballs. A container of pasta salad. A container, a to-go container of the chicken piccata, which I had last night, which was delicious because I didn't have it at the party. She did give me sausage and peppers. I don't know that I'm going to eat it. I might pass that off to someone like who wants this? Because I'm not going to eat it because it's just, I'm afraid it's going to give me heartburn. I've been having heartburn, but I'll get to that why. So then, but before the cake, the desserts, his stepfather, who his mother and him have been together since he was 3. He did a speech, very nice, minute and a half, very touching, very short, sweet, but perfectly said. Then they wanted the couple to speak. So my future son-in-law, I've never heard him talk so much. And he was told the whole story of how it came about and parts I didn't even know. He started planning this back in the fall, like summer into the fall, and was going to propose Christmas time. Probably didn't because my nephew proposed to his girlfriend. So probably's like, okay, he stole my thunder. So then he started planning. Well, he didn't have the ring yet. He was, I think, 2. He was trying to find the right ring. He went into New York. Ring is gorgeous. So then he started planning it March, towards the end of March. And he decided he's going to do a boat cruise around the city, something they've always wanted to do, and propose. Well, my daughter gets, the day he got the ring is the day my daughter finds out she got a job in North Carolina. So then well, I don't know that he got the ring. I think when he decided he's going to do the boat cruise around in like June. So he had called me, his mother, my son, which I thought was very sweet, his sister, her best friends. And, I'm going to propose, whatever. So she calls me and she goes, "Hi, we have some news." And Jake goes, "She got a job." And he goes, "I had to say it right away because I was waiting for someone to say, you got engaged." And because "Oh, I'm so happy. I know. He showed me the ring." Something like that. He was so nervous, the poor guy. He's like, she had to start every conversation with everybody with, "Guess what? We have news." Instead of, "Guess what? I have some exciting news." So I was like, he proposed? He told me he'd let me know. Like, I'm thinking this, and I'm like, and then I got a job in North Carolina. I was like, oh, wow, So, so he tells the whole story, but it was like, I didn't know he planned a boat cruise around. I didn't know he started planning summer into the fall. I mean, he put a lot of thought into this. He designed the ring. He went shopping around until he found exactly what, she would like, because she gave hints here and there, showed a couple of rings, different things that interest her. So I was like, oh my God. So he was funny. He was witty. I just, and it was sweet things he said too. So it was a little bit of everything, and it was nice. So then they go over to his best friend forever, who's going to be his best man. Or I assume he introduced him as his best man. So I assume he already asked him. Then her two besties, who are going to be co-maid of honors, and they huddle. And as they do that, I'm like, okay, speeches are over. The champagne toast is over. The speech is over. Because he spoke for like almost 16 minutes. But again, we didn't realize how long he spoke. But because it was really funny, and like I said, funny, heartfelt, entertaining, it was a little bit of everything. So I ran to the bathroom. I come back, and all of a sudden, my daughter's like, "Well, if you're not, then I guess I just can't get married. I'm just going to elope. I can't have a wedding. I'm just going to elope." And she gets up and she's cleaning up because they had opened gifts. Forgot that after the speech, her friends wanted her to open gifts. So she turns around and she storms off. I even tried it, like the best man's wife was saying, "You know what? We don't need to talk about this now. This is her and Jake's day. This can be tabled for another day." And her one friend just would not let it go. The problem is her one best friend met this girl in one of her classes and instantly became good friends with her. Introduced her to the group of friends. And they all were getting along. And then my daughter and her other friend kind of, the friend that introduced this girl to everybody kind of was like, wasn't liking her anymore and didn't want anybody else to like her. But my daughter and the other co-maid of honor, at first were really hanging out with her. They even went to Hershey Park to see a concert. And, the friend that didn't like her anymore was pissed off. And so, but meanwhile, this friend that got introduced to the group also introduced a good friend of hers. Well, the good friend of hers ended up being good friends and not talking to the girl that introduced her to the group that was also introduced to the group. I know, so let's say, okay, my daughter's friend who introduced this girl that she met, and then the other girl came along with her who was a friend of hers. So the two new girls into the group, one, all of a sudden, no one wanted to talk to except my daughter. My daughter didn't have a problem with her. She was not getting involved in this little thing. So the girl that was introduced, her friend, took the side of my daughter's besties, co-maid of honors. So now she's not talking to the girl that she came into the group with. My daughter's talking to the girl that came into the group and, separated it. They never were, going to be commingling and whatever. Everything was separate. But now my daughter was in her wedding. My daughter's getting ready to get married. She's really good friends with her. She's not her bestie that she's had forever, her two besties. So the one bestie is like, hey, listen, I'm not thrilled with her, whatever, but I'll coexist with her for whatever. But then the other friend is like, oh no, I'm not happy about this. I don't like her. I'm not going to talk to her. I'm one of the maid of honors. She's blocked in my phone. I'm not going to send her any messages. Too bad. I don't want her on the bachelorette party thing, weekend, whatever that we do. And my daughter, very upset. And it wasn't the time or the place because she's the one, her co-maid of honor is the one that said, who's in the wedding? She names everybody and names this girl that she doesn't like. So my daughter even started out from what I heard from, and said, well, for my sake, if you can just coexist with her for the bachelorette party, the bridal shower, and the day of the wedding. Like, you don't have to talk to her. You just have to coexist with her. No, she's making a big deal. Whole big thing. My daughter storms off. My future son-in-law goes after, his bride-to-be. They're upstairs. Her one co-maid of honor is very upset, is crying, is like, I didn't mean for this to happen. And long story short, I know, very long story, but she was just going along with the other maid of honor, and she thought my daughter was attacking both of them, and she was just responding to the one who was being very negative. And even when me and his mom are in the dining room, because we tried to get away from them, and the one comes in, is crying, and I didn't mean for this, and I'm sorry that, this is happening, and I shouldn't have said anything. I was just reacting, and blah, 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 and this isn't how I want. And I can't leave. I want to talk to her. I want to work this out. And she's crying. The other one's like, I can't believe I don't like her. Can't believe she's in the wedding. She said this, and it was all about her. Listen, you're going to be 28 years old. Grow the fuck up. Okay? So my daughter's upstairs. I finally go upstairs in the bathroom. She's like, oh my God, I just want to tell them. So then my daughter finally comes down because two of her good friends are leaving and want a picture with her in front of this because they came a little later. They had tickets to a show in New York. So they didn't get a picture yet. So they get a picture. My daughter comes down and I'm looking at these pictures that my daughter sent me. And you can clearly see my daughter's eyes. Like, I don't know if it's because I know she was crying, but you can tell the difference between those pictures and the beginning pictures. Plus, the makeup is just, is gone. And it just, you can tell it looks like no mascara, and probably not because she was crying. So she comes down and she's like, and then my daughter says to them, I can't do this. I feel like I'm in my parents' divorce all over again. I lose it. That's when I lose it, because we're all like, okay, we're just going to let them talk it out, work it out. It seems they're trying. And then I don't know what they said that sparked my daughter. I think the one that is not budging, is not growing up, is because the one is saying, I will, she asked me to take a picture with her phone. I said, sure, I'll take a picture. And then she said, thank you. You're welcome. And then I walked away. I'm not going to be nasty to her. I'm not going to ruin any of your events. I'm not going to go out of my way, but I'm not going to be nasty. I'm not going to create anything. Oh, I'm not talking to her. I'm not making this with the other one. So my daughter just freaking lost it. And that's when she said that, I feel like I'm in my parents' divorce. So that night I turned around and I said, get the fuck out. I said, you girls need to leave, and you need to leave now. My daughter almost had a mental breakdown over her father walking out of her life and me not dealing with it so well. I cannot have my daughter go through this again. Just get the fuck out of here now. And I walked away. And then I'm crying hysterical. And his mom is like, are you okay? You okay? I went in the bathroom and I was like, well, actually I had to pee. I'm yelling to her. So, and then I came out. I'm still like here and there, teary, whatever. Then they caught her one sensible friend, more mature friend, says, you know what? This was 5 years ago. We really haven't talked about it. We haven't addressed it. We should have, but you know what? We were young then. We're more mature now. And I'm like, felt like saying, you are. She isn't, not meaning my daughter, the other one. And so then they finally evidently resolved it. In my daughter's eyes, she really didn't, because the one friend was apologizing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you tonight. I just, was reacting to, and whatever. But she's apologizing. And I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't want it to end like this tonight. I didn't want to upset you. I am willing to coexist with her. And she goes, but she's not. But they worked it all out. They hugged it out. They came in and apologized to me. They apologized to his mom. They apologized to him, my future son-in-law, to his stepfather, and they left. So I'm thinking in my head, she's okay. Like, they leave, and my daughter's like, I don't know if I can be friends with them after what they did. And she even said at some points, I'm questioning if we can even be friends, because how much do you care about me that you did this tonight? And that I'm asking you to just, when you made your comment, like, I just want you to coexist with her for the bachelorette, the bridal shower, and the wedding. In the wedding, there's going to be a lot of other people there. Even the bridal shower, but you're going to have to, and you're not going to talk to her. So you're making this miserable for me with something that's supposed to be so special. And so my daughter, says, I really have to do thinking, whatever. My daughter didn't go to work yesterday. Her fiance didn't go to work yesterday. They really just needed a mental day to digest this, because Sunday they were just exhausted. I know I didn't get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning. By the time I fell asleep, it was like probably 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to, I was still upset. My daughter, I'm sure, was upset. Her fiance calls me and apologizes to me. I was like, listen, you have nothing to apologize. Sunday, I was like, you have nothing to apologize for. Those girls, I've known them forever, and I will never look at them the same way. Will never feel. I felt like they were surrogate daughters. Right now, I don't even want to see them. So she said, I need time anytime. So tonight she called the one that was being very difficult. And of course, she's still like, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I said it the wrong way. Maybe I shouldn't have said it, you know, that like Saturday night. Maybe and I said to my daughter, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I go, "Did she at all apologize?" No. So then she said to her, "You know what? I need time. I need space. I need to distance myself from you for a little bit. I need to process all this." So she hung up with her. She calls the one more reasonable one right away. I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I wanted to call you. My mother said to wait, give you time, let you call me. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. She went down the line for everything. She said, I realize now, after talking to my mom, that you weren't attacking me. You were reacting to her comment and her comments. And I thought you were lumping me with her. And when I told my mother everything that transpired, she said she's reacting to her comments, and you were kind of agreeing with her. She goes, "Well, I was backing my friend." She goes, "No, you should have stayed out of it, because the comment didn't involve you. You said nothing, like you didn't want to be, you were just like, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. And then you kind of got dragged into it. Like the other one dragged you into it. And her parents have been telling her she's toxic. I don't know if toxic is the word, but she has issues and she's not dealing with them. Partly, I think it's mostly all of her friends have a significant other for a while, or are engaged, or married, or headed, or planning their wedding, have successful careers. And she's not. She doesn't. Financially, she's a mess. Whatever. Well, my daughter, when she's talking to me tonight, says, "Oh, she's texting me. Oh, I guess, this is not your problem. This is my problem. I guess I just got to grow the fuck up. I guess." And she's texting all this stuff and basically saying, "I shouldn't have said this. I guess, I just have to accept. I don't know why you're friends with her, but I guess it's not about me. It's about you." But not once, "I'm sorry." And I mean, it was long text. There was a lot more text, but again, I just was, my depression was on overload Saturday. It was all about her. Again, still all about her. And I said to my daughter, I've known her for a long time, but I think she's very jealous of what you guys have, because she hasn't figured out her life. And she's right. It is time for her to grow the fuck up. And she has all this depression, but I don't know who the doctors are, but she takes Xanax like they're candy. She evidently, I don't know if she still is, but was taking Lexapro or some antidepressant. But she isn't going to a therapist. I don't understand this. What fucking doctor is giving her these meds and not first sending her through a therapist? Or saying, "I'm not going to renew this unless you go to a therapist." I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. She has several enablers that are enabling this behavior. And they're family members. She was a little late in life baby, so she was spoiled by her siblings, which have, at this point are like, that's when you were 12, 13, you're a grown ass woman now. Grow up. So she is just spends. No, like, she's just financially a mess, emotionally a mess, you know, mentally health a mess. I don't know how to say, and it's a shame because she's a very negative person, very negative person. So I am very upset that my daughter was having a great day, a wonderful day, great party, having a great time. They actually started, sitting around the bar. His mother and stepfather have, his parents have a bar in their living room. The living room is huge, probably as big as my 2-bedroom apartment. It's very big, very large. There were all the friends were sitting around the bar. They were talking, doing a shot here or there, cheers, drinks, cheering drinks, pouring drinks and cheering and taking a drink. And this caused the best man and his wife leave. Other friends of his leave. Friends of my daughter's leave. Gone. And everybody left. Those were the only two left. And I'm like, my daughter was like, everybody plan on being, at his parents until like 2, 3 in the morning. I don't care. Maybe the sun will come up and we'll still be, hanging out and whatever, crash on. They have a sectional that was custom made because it's so large. It goes this way and this way. Big, huge ottoman. Like, you could sleep on this ottoman. And then a big chair to match, which is, you can easily, comfortably fit 2 adults. And that has a chase. So it's like attached. So, it's chase. It's long. It's like an ottoman that's attached. I don't know how else to describe it. Everybody could have slept there. Crashed on the couch. Really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably easily, comfortably 5 adults sleep on that couch. A smaller adult on the ottoman. 2 people could have crawled up on that big chair. So, plus his parents have blow-up mattresses. So, and this was, I have lost respect for her. I can never look at her the same. Her other friend who owned it apologized. I went, she got caught up in it. And I even said, she was the one crying. She's the one that I want her to come down. I want to work this out. I want to apologize. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have got into this. I shouldn't have, and crying. The other one, she this, and it was all about her. I was like, you're the one that fucking needs to leave. And I said to my daughter, you're moving to North Carolina and you're going to have that space. And she goes, well, she's going to have to reach out to me. And I'm never going to feel the same about her. And I really don't know if I want her as my maid of honor, and I'm co-maid of honor, and I'm not even sure I want her in my wedding party. And my daughter's like, you know what? I need time. And at some point, and she goes, one more thing. She goes, it wants time and digest it and whatever. And if one little thing, I'm going to say, you're out. I'm done with you. You're out. So let's see. Let's see what happens. I just pray that, there's a resolve to this because it's just horrible. It's horrible. No one should have to. And especially to my daughter. My daughter texts me on Sunday and Saturday night. I'm really sorry you had to get us so upset. And I'm like, do not worry about me. I said, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I said, I feel bad that you got so upset and that you and Jake's party was ruined at the end. I really really, truly am sorry. I was like, that should have never happened. And then Sunday, and she's like, good night. I love you very much. And thank you for everything. And then Sunday, like I said, her boyfriend called me and apologized and whatever. And then Sunday, she's like, again, I'm sorry. You had to get upset, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, please, please do not worry about me. You know, you, you know. So, and she's like, I'm sorry I said those things and whatever. And I think she feels bad that she said while I was there that I feel like I'm in my parents' divorce. And I know I didn't do things but I was there for her. Her father wasn't. Her father checked out of her life. Then she confronted him and he's like, I can't answer that. I can't answer that right now. I can't answer that right now. And other stuff that just wouldn't answer, wouldn't talk to her, wouldn't try to work things out. And that kind of, like I didn't do things perfectly. I owned up to them. I apologized to my kids. I mean, my sisters at one point didn't agree with things I was doing. I was like, listen, I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to apologize to you. My kids come to me and tell me I'm doing something wrong or they didn't like something I'm doing. We talk about it, we work it out, and I'll apologize to them, but I don't have to apologize to another damn soul except my children. So, fuck off. So, I think that's what she feels bad about saying that, but no. I'm kind of in a way, I'm not glad she went through that, but I'm glad that during this, because when I went in there and said, get the fuck out, I can't have my daughter going through this again. I can't have my daughter upset. I can't, I can't have my daughter, dealing with this, again, I can't have her mentally not okay again. Like, get the fuck out is when they realized, because I was screaming, they realized, oh my God. I'm not so much the one that still is about me, but the one that's reasonable and level-headed. And I think that was like a wake up for her and a wake up call and like, oh my God. And I think the one that was about me, when my daughter hugged her, and my daughter ended it because she liked what the one said. And she knew she wasn't going to get nowhere with the other one. And she just wanted her to leave. So she's like, okay, goodbye, all right. And boom, they went on their way. Because I think they came together. Yeah, she just wanted them to go. And I felt sorry for the one girl's boyfriend. Because they lived together. And he was sitting there, he's like, I'm sorry. Like going around the room, we're like, look, they're working this out. This is for them. They need to apologize, not you. Like, don't worry about it. And he was very uncomfortable because he's sitting there listening to this. And I'm sure he played a part in this because he's like an outsider, looking in. And he might have talked to her a little bit on the way home, like, you know what? What do you care? Like, you didn't really have to interact with her today. How do you think the bachelor party? Okay, that'll be a little more one-on-one, but this friend that these two girls don't like so much, she's pregnant. She's having a baby. She'll have a newborn, or she'll be pregnant for the bachelorette. So is she really going to go if she's pregnant? Is she really going to go if she has a newborn? Probably not. So I even said that. So I was like, which I didn't know. They didn't know she was pregnant. And my daughter's like, thanks, Mom. And the one negative, Nellie, was like, she's pregnant? I feel sorry for that child. Like, not necessary. Not necessary. Again, another negative comment. So I felt horrible that I did that. But like, this girl really has to think about that. Like, yes, the bridal shower, of course she'll be there because she's in the bridal party unless she's giving birth. I don't know when she's due. She's like 16 weeks pregnant. So I don't know when her due date is. But me and his mom already talked and we're like, we think around February to do the bridal shower because they're thinking April to get married. And that's, maybe President's weekend because they can come up for a long weekend. We can have it Sunday and then, or we'll have it Saturday and then they'll have Sunday. They can go home Monday. I don't know. I want to talk to my daughter too. Do you want to be surprised or do you not care? If she doesn't care, then I'll say, okay, then you tell me when you want this bridal shower. Do you want it February? Do you want it March? And when is your friend due? So, and again, I don't give a shit about anybody in the bridal party. If me and her are throwing, and my daughter's godmother wants to help throw it, guess what? You're not paying for it. You have no say in when. And like in my day, the bridal party threw it. But now because they have these outrageous bachelorette things, evidently they say the mother of the bride, and that's fine. But then I'm going to say when it is. Unless you girls want to pay for it, sorry, this is when it is. So we'll see. But it's very late. Holy crap, it's almost 1 a.m. I have to get up for work. Hair's going up tomorrow. I washed it this morning, so I don't have to wash it tomorrow. It is getting a little dark, but I don't want to color it now, because I want to color, let's see, it's April, so if I get it colored in May, June, July, August, only 3 months. I think I'm waiting till the end of August, I know. Because summer's going to come and it lightens up in the summer a little bit. It does look very dark though, right? It's like growing out already. Ugh, can't stand it. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to get like a partial and just get top and then get a full, or I'm thinking if I let it grow out until August, then it's a full color. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Too tired to even freaking think about it. But, so that's the drama. And I feel terrible for my daughter. But, I mean, you don't like someone, that's fine. Like, I'm having a 60th birthday brunch out. 2 of my friends do not talk, whatever. But they have both said, because they're mature, one's 62, one's 58, I want to say. And they're like, and there's another friend that isn't thrilled with a friend. And like, for you, I will put on my happy face. I will be cordial. There's going to be no words said, nothing. I'm praying to God. Nothing, no snide remarks are made or something is taken wrong, whatever. I'm like, you can sit on this end. You can sit on this end of the table. There you go. But as soon as I said, listen, I want to have this, my closest of friends, my 60th, and they're like, listen, for you, I will put on my happy face and smile. I will be nice, whatever. That's how you get along. I mean, and 2 of them screaming outmatch like F you, blah, blah, blah. I'm done with you. Shoom. Done. They were friends. I introduced them. They were the best of friends for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, they had a blowout of a fight. Not talking. They have not talked. They have not seen each other. Gosh, 3 years, 4 years. So, and they're willing to sit at the same table and eat. and have brunch. So that's mature people. So, but all right. Well, I really have to end this because I gotta go wash my face, brush my teeth, ready to have my jammies on, and go to bed, go to sleep. I think my alarm's going off at like 6:45, so that's like 6 hours, right? I think. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I'll be right to sleep because I really, all of a sudden, my medicine is hitting. So, all right. So that's the drama. Oh my God. I just can't. But I will talk to you all later. Good night. Sleep well. Bye.